Okay. All right. So the YouTube is started. Okay. I want to share this question with you all so that, because there's clear misunderstanding on this question from most of you. Okay. All right. So when this was the biome quiz, and the question that you had to answer was to identify the predator and prey. Oh, that's not the one. But this was an issue also. So what some of you did not do, and some of you did, was to actually select an organism and identify him as the predator, and then select an organism and identify it as the prey to that predator. Some of you listed three predators and three prey, but not necessarily the ones that connect with each other. What you're supposed to do with a diagram like this is look at where the arrows are. So in this diagram, for example, the fox would be the predator and the rabbit is the prey. And that's how you would have to answer that question. What some of you did was you went through and said the predators are the fox, the owl, and the bird, and the prey are the grasshopper, the mouse, and the rabbit. And that's not how that question was supposed to be answered. You were supposed to match them with their predator. And the way you do that is to follow the arrows. So you needed to say that the fox was the predator, the rabbit is the prey. The owl is the predator, and the owl had two choices. The owl could eat the grasshopper or the owl could eat the mouse. Either one of those would be prey to the owl. Same with the fox. The fox could have eaten the bird, and that would have been the prey. So you needed to have identified the predator with its prey. And that would have been your three answers there. And I'm saying this, and I think everybody took this test. The thing that, was this the question? This might not have been the one. But that was one of the issues I had with this question. Another one I had was with an energy pyramid. I got one more person to let in. Okay. When you're looking at an energy pyramid, and that wasn't with this three competition. Okay, yeah, it was this question. This was the question. All right. The question wanted you to identify a producer, a primary consumer, and a secondary consumer. And this is a freshwater environment. What you have to remember is you always, always, always start with, yeah, and then just make sure that, yes, Sadie, but make sure that you're paying attention to this statement right here because I don't want to see it wrong again. In this diagram, the plankton, and then they should have identified this as phytoplankton because they clearly labeled the other one animal plankton. There's two types of plankton. There's microscopic organisms, and there are the phytoplankton, which are your microscopic plants, and zooplankton, which are your microscopic animals. The zooplankton would be the thing that would photosynthesize. So when doing this particular diagram, your producer had to start with the plankton, and most specifically the phytoplankton, because producers are always green plants. They're always the photosynthesizers. So some of you started anywhere, like with the crab, the mussel, and someplace else, and you did not start with the plankton. So that is always the producer. You always have to, whatever, different environments have different kinds of plants. In this case, it's the phytoplankton. It could have been kelp, okay, because this is the water. but you need to identify who is photosynthesizing, and that is the producer. Okay, so a lot of you lost a couple of points because you didn't start with the plankton. And then your primary consumer again would be wherever the arrow is going from this. So from this plankton, your primary consumer could have been the animal, it could have been the freshwater mollusk because the arrow is going away from the plankton, and it could have been the shrimp. All those are the only three organisms that and the mussel. Okay, so there are four possible ways this could go as your primary consumer. Your secondary consumer would be whoever ate one of those. So with the mussel, it could be the crab. With the animal plankton, it just stops right there. No, it would be the worms and the crab. It would, with the shrimp, would be your secondary, and the salmon would be your, the shrimp would be the primary consumer, and the salmon would be your secondary consumer. So that's how you have to look at this particular diagram, okay? So when you get your quiz back, that's how that question should have been addressed. Okay, with this question too, most of you did this correctly. You were really supposed to take each type and say positive, and you were actually supposed to use the terms positive and negative relationship. Some of you did. So I don't have too much of a problem with that question. Okay. That being said, but I did specifically want to do this one because most of you lost points on this question because you did not start with the producer as a photosynthesizer. So you just picked any organism that was on the bottom and labeled that. All right. So what you need to do today, all right, so we're still working on our review questions. So let me come back here, get back to this. And what you want to do is look at today, you want to look at the nitrogen cycle. And I'm going to check on your carbon cycles. Like I said, y'all must be the only ones that actually worked over the break. All right, so for the nitrogen cycle, you want to, and let me know if you cannot access it. I believe it's published and it should be, let me go back and look at that again. And look at it from the student point of view. Oops, nope, clicked on the wrong thing. Student point of view. So if you're looking at it from the student point of view, again, it should be on your list here that says nitrogen cycle. All right, so that's what you're working on today. All right. And again, you can use your notes. And after that, we're going to look at phosphorus cycle. And tomorrow we'll try to finish up all of these review type questions. Okay. All right, I'm going to stop sharing so that I can do attendance. And Sadie, what you should do now, let me see if I can give me 1 second to see if it's just you. Right. And yes, Gabrielle, I know you said never mind, but yes, we did a nitrogen cycle question, but this is different. So there is something so this one should say nitrogen cycle review. Or it should. It doesn't, but I adjusted it so that it did. I'll fix that one so that there's a definite difference between the two. All right, Sadie. Nope, Sadie's just you. All right, so Sadie, I would go in. Let me, Sadie, you can go ahead and do your biome review quiz now. Let me know if you can't access it. I might have to change a due date on that. Um, yeah, I will. Give me 1 second. I'll make it. Today will be the due date. All right, Sadie, so you should have access to the biome review test, and you should do that now. And I'm going to change this one. All right, refresh your page. Go out and come back in. All right, let me do this. So refresh your page and let me leave this as a student. Okay. So I'm looking at my page as a student. If you do it from your student page, you should have biome review tests, carbon cycle reservoirs, and nitrogen cycle. I believe you already did your carbon cycle. So you just need to do biome. So refresh your page, go back out, come back in, and it should be there. Because I had to change the date. It had a close date on it. All right, so Sadie, let me know. Okay, hold on. Journey. All right. Good afternoon, Journey. Um, they are working on, if you look on your to-do page, there's a nitrogen cycle reservoir question. There is no preview. You just have to click on it and start. I think it should say start. So let me go back and see what it says. I'm gonna go back as I'm gonna go in as a student. And when I click on it, oh, I see what you're saying. And I don't know why it's like that. Uh, all right, let me see if I can't go back and edit that again. Okay, I took out the other one. It seems it was assigned twice. These things are so weird. All right, I took out the old one. You should only be able to see the one that I just did. So I'm going to try this again. Look as a student. I'm going to look at the IOM quiz. Still says no preview available. Why is that? Hmm. Hmm. Okay. Mine said it said no preview available, but when I clicked up at the top, let me go back and show you what I just did in order to make this happen. Okay, so Journey, I'm not Journey, Sadie, I'm gonna share this page with you and show you what I just did. So there's no preview available, but all right. So it's gonna come up no preview available, but if you come up to the top of the page and click up here and click on biome quiz, then the test loads. Okay. Sadie, you got that? Okay. All righty. Okay, where'd it go? All right, Journey, you're the only one who did not do your carbon cycle reserve, so please make sure you get that one done. Sorry, not reserves, reservoir. And then nitrogen cycle reservoir is what y'all are working on today. All right, did I? I thought it was just me. I didn't mean to do that, but maybe that's what's wrong. Words are supposed to go there. All right, everybody good? There's only a few more minutes to class left. So tomorrow we will look at the other cycles, just do a quick review of those and move on for Friday.